What is going on with NVIDIA RTX 40 series GPU? It's not even that they're just sold out. Where I went today, I couldn't see absolutely any of them, like not even a hint. I went to my local micro center, which is, obviously that's where, like, when the new release comes out, for example, the 5090 is going to come out. You can bet I'm going to line up with probably 200 other people trying to get the new GPU. They usually have a pretty good stock, even during like the shortages. They had a good amount. But I went today, maybe like 2 hours ago or something like that. I was pretty shocked at what I saw. First, I was kind of just like walking down the aisle where they have the AMD Radeon GPUs. Then I noticed, wow, that's a lot of empty shelves. I mean, it makes some sense. We're in early January still, or mid-January. It's after the holidays. But every year, even when the new release is coming out, they kind of like restock a little bit faster. There's, more inventory. And remember, I started at the AMD section. So that's where sort of this tale begins. AMD GPUs, while competitive with NVIDIA, certainly have not been able to beat them this last generation. And it doesn't look like they're really going to be able to do so with the RTX 50 series, especially at the high end, since AMD basically said themselves that they're not really looking to compete at the high end for GPU. And now let's hear a word from our sponsor, VIP-CDKdeals.com, a Windows Pro CD key. Add to cart, you put in code CC20. This will also work on Windows 11. You want to go into your settings in Windows, change and adjust your CD key, click activate, and now let's go back to the video. Then I was like, all right, maybe it's just the AMD GPUs. Like the shelves were like really empty. I saw some Intel Arc GPUs up. Interesting that that's the only thing that I really saw there. And then I turned the corner to look at the NVIDIA GPUs, which these display cases are usually stacked with stuff, especially with a new generation coming out. So this is where you're going to see the big difference. When a new generation's coming out, like when the RTX 40 series was coming out, Micro Center still had a bunch of 30 series. It's not like the shelves were empty. They had a lot. In fact, it took them months after to really be able to sell that inventory, if not years in some cases. So they had, 3070s, they had, and you'll see 3060s, they even have up to today. That's literally the only thing that I saw in the case. There are no RTX 40 series GPUs. You would think with the new series coming up, maybe they would have had some stock that people didn't buy. Absolutely no 4090s anywhere, no 4080 Supers, even like 4070 Ti's, even 4060s, absolutely nothing. And it's not like I went on a day where they didn't get any stock or inventory. I asked them what's going on, and they said, when they have gotten GPUs recently, even close to the holidays and before, they would get maybe like 5 or 6 GPUs in, and that's about it. And that's clearly, not enough. Obviously, NVIDIA stopped producing RTX 40 series. So this is going to be like a pretty big problem in terms of just options. I mean, if you walked in there today and you needed a GPU, you're going to have to get an Intel GPU, maybe one of the random 3060s on the shelf. I don't know, maybe there was a Radeon GPU in there somewhere that you would want. That's about it. Nothing with RTX 40 series. That means you don't have any options. And you can bet that somebody learned a lesson, probably from when, with all the mining craze that happened, Micro Center probably held on to a lot of GPUs that they overpaid for and they couldn't sell because they had 40 series GPUs for a very long time that weren't selling. So they probably thought they're not going to get that much inventory with something new coming out because they don't want to be holding on to anything when the new stuff comes out and people no longer want to buy the other stuff. But it's weird not seeing any GPUs there. Like if I walked in and wanted to build a computer with like an RTX 4000 GPU, there's like nothing there and probably nothing coming until the RTX 5090, which comes out January 30th. And not everybody wants to spend $2,000. And it's not like a 5070 is going to be out at that date either. So you're going to have to wait a little bit more. So that's really surprising. This is going to have some ramifications for the market, obviously, especially the secondhand market. Let's say if somebody needs a GPU and they don't want to buy RTX 50 series, they're going to have to go on the used market perhaps, and obviously I'm talking about Micro Center here, but walking in. I'm sure online you can still find RTX 40 series, although if Micro Center doesn't have them, it's probably, overall the selection is going to be less. So I'm not saying they're sold out absolutely everywhere. I'm sure, online you can still find some, probably not the best pricing if there aren't that many on the market. But that just shows you sort of what's going on at one retailer that usually sells a lot of GPUs and has them. They really didn't get inventory. Maybe it's NVIDIA that just kind of didn't produce too many. And we have been hearing rumors that the RTX 50 series may be in short supply. Maybe everything's going towards AI and data centers. So I don't know. I think it's going to be tough to get some of the new GPUs. That merits its own video, which I'm going to make as well, about what's going to happen when those GPUs come out. If there are no 40 series, you can bet everybody's going to need a 50 series if they need a GPU. So that's pretty crazy. I was kind of shocked. I've been going to Micro Center for a very long time, and I always pay special attention to the GPUs. And I was shocked at how barren these shelves were. Even during the mining craze where people were buying GPUs like candy, you could still find some Radeon GPUs and some random NVIDIA GPUs that were a little expensive. But now there's absolutely nothing. So very, very interesting. I want to know what you guys think below. Let me know what you think about this. I think the market's really funny right now. So we'll see what happens with the new RTX 50 series. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.